What planet am I on this morning? I can't even believe all of this just worked so easily. Okay, I like it. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, Instagram. Hello. Hi, Pharrell. Is it Pharrell or Farrell? I saw you on the app. Hey, Gabby. Hi, Megan. Hi, Denise. Hi, Valerie. Good morning, Jackie. Woo woo. Hey, Zoe. Hi, Crystal. Wait, who did I miss? Hey, Jean. Guys, it's Jean's birthday today. Happy birthday, Jean. Hey, Steph. Hi, Nara. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Lauren. Good morning. Good morning. Put you like that. Mhm. Hey, Ron. Hey, Brittany. Hello. Hello. So we all survived. We all survived the weekend. I'm still physically here, so that's something. Hey, Christine. Good morning, Carla. Good morning. Good morning. Nope, we're not. Nope. Not doing lives together. Ooh. All right. Whoa. That's amazing, Gabby. Wow. Hey, Jen. Hey, Shelly. Wow, that's pretty wild. Hey, Danielle. Good morning. Good morning. We'll get started in just one more minute. Give people a moment to jump on here. Okay. So is it that still says Pharrell to me. That still says Pharrell to me. Is it Farrell? Farrell? I don't know. You'll have to help me out. I'm so sorry. Someone else help me. Pronouncing words is kind of like free form for me these days though. So it's not you. All right, my friends. Hello. Farrell. Okay. Oh my god. Well, that's where I'm at this morning. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. We made it through the Lionsgate portal, which was officially yesterday. We are still very much in the new moon energy and still very much in this energy, this swirling energy. We're going to talk about it this morning. We're going to talk about it this morning. I have the cards that I pulled during the Lionsgate event on Saturday, and I'm going to go over those with you because they were pretty funny. Like not haha funny, but just like ooh. And we are also going to what was I gonna do? I don't know. We'll see. We'll start with that. Also, if you have not yet done the new moon Lionsgate ritual, what I did was since I had the event in person on Saturday and what ended up happening was not what I really planned, which is usual. The first hour of it, I kind of segmented out. So if you go onto the innersanctum.me to watch it, it'll be the second half only, and it's going to start with a written exercise. So just have paper and pen with you, and it is about an hour. The first part of the event, I'm going to turn into audio, and you'll be able to access that on the immersions tab on innersanctum.me. Okay, so that's that. As far as announcements go, there's one or two big ones. First of all, happy birthday, Jean. I just want to say that a few times because Jean has been a member of Inner Sanctum since day one and has been one of my biggest, most fervent and consistent supporters, and just is a lovely, all around amazing person. And so I'm wishing you the most amazing happy birthday today. And thank you so much for all that you do for all of us. And I hope that you feel special and bright and shiny today. Mwah. I love you. Second, the Android Android version of the Inner Sanctum app is available for download in the Google Play Store. So you still need to go to innersanctum.me to create your account because otherwise they take all of the money. So we're not doing that. So you can create a free account on innersanctum.me and then go to your app store on Google, however you do that, and you can actually have the actual app. We're waiting on Apple still for that one, but it should be any day now because Google got there first. So that's exciting. I don't have any Android devices, so it's kind of uncomfortable for me because I just want to download it, but that's all right. It's okay. I can be patient. You guys let me know how it is. If you need any help or have any questions, let me know. Whew. But yeah, let's talk about this energy. So I've been just kind of bananas the past week or so, especially leading up to Lionsgate, and I still feel very much like not fully in my body yet, which is okay. I'm kind of used to it. But here are a few things that feel very important to me to reiterate to you about Lionsgate. Yeah, it happens every year. Most of these big astrological events do happen every year. And some of you may be asking yourself, if this happens every year, how come I don't notice? How come this is the first year I've noticed it, right? And I can answer that for you if you've ever felt that way. Because as you become aware of things, they begin to interact with you in more meaningful ways. So while we've had Lionsgate portals forever, um, you're probably feeling it differently now that you're more attuned to the energy. In addition to that, because of the fact that the resonance of the earth is speeding up so much and we are speeding up so much and resonating at a higher frequency, everything feels much bigger and much more impactful. So, something that might not have felt like a big deal a few years ago energetically, this year may completely like bowl you over. So it's becoming more sensitive to what's happening, and what's happening is becoming more intense. So it's both of those things happening at once. But if you think about it also from the viewpoint of creating your own reality, as you add information in, that kind of informs you as to what you're doing and why you're doing it, and you have intention with that, you are then also participating in this energetic exchange in a way that you weren't before. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like you are stepping up to the plate now to interact with these energies, and you're saying, yes, I want to be a part of this. I want to receive these upgrades. I want to do all of the things. And the universe is like, okay, so strap in, let's do this. Are you ready to feel super weird? And off we go. So that is kind of what's happening in a nutshell. Now, the other thing about Lionsgate that was really, really a strong feeling is that when I went to sleep last night, I really felt like I was going to wake up in a different world. And in a lot of ways, I don't think that, at least from my perspective, I was wrong about that. Things feel different today in very subtle ways. It's almost like, hmm, is the green greener? Like, is the sky still there? Yes, absolutely. Is my energy different? Am I seeing things different? Am I interacting with my world a little bit differently? I think so too. And this is the week, if you remember when we did the August energy forecast, this is the week that we have a drop flat line. And so this is going to be a week where you can turn inward and really integrate the big energies that came in over the weekend. It's it's not reasonable to expect to have a weekend like we just had with all these big energies and to kind of integrate them immediately. So take this week to move slower if you can, and to really notice the small details in your life that have shifted or changed the way that you interact with them, all of those different things. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't scroll down and I haven't seen any of the comments. Okay. Um, but yeah, take note of that because it's going to be it's always the small shifts that make the biggest changes. I've noticed you can be kind of going along and like hear the same thing, over and over and over again, but then someone says it just a little bit differently, and all of a sudden it unlocks a whole new way of understanding. And that's the way that it's been happening. And that is how we have big change and big shifts made, because it's almost like you've had all of this energy on deck ready to jump right in. And then you just need one little shift and it's going to come flooding right in. So, very exciting. Now, this weekend, I had the most amazing time connecting with so many of you guys in person, which was just like, it kind of like blew me away because it's been so long since I actually hosted an in-person event. Um, and I didn't, I was definitely questioning my decisions. I'm like, I'm so used to just not having to wear pants and, moving my stuff around, but we did it and it was amazing. And it was so great to feel that interaction again of energies. And it reminded me of how much we, what's the word? Not rely, but how much we gain from each other from being in person, and how precious that is, and how much more I appreciate having had the opportunity to connect energies in person like that. It's pretty magical. But during that event, we pulled some cards for Lionsgate. And if you've been watching me for like, I don't know, maybe let's say 3 months, 'cause I can't remember when this card came out. When you see it, I know, Ron, you will remember this, but if you remember the date, please let me know of when I pulled this card before, because this one came through during Lionsgate and I almost lost my mind. It's the Merkaba again. So we're going to talk about Merkaba again, but when this came through, whenever it was that this came through, that was when that big channel came through as well, about the astrology charts and new ways of looking at your last time it came through, which scares me a little bit, but it's okay. So we had that. We had the Wild Hunt from Fairy Forest come through as well. And so I'm going to read both of these for you. I'm going to actually start with the Wild Hunt. This again. Let me do all my hellos. Hello, hello, hello. Hey. Oh, hey, Jen. Hi, everybody. So sorry I didn't see you guys. Oh, I'm so glad that you downloaded it and it's working. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with the Wild Hunt. And this is in the Fairy Forest deck. I'll show you the picture. And I will post these in the Inner Sanctum home feed. I'm going to start doing that. So go to innersanctum.me, create your free account, and then you can see the home feed, and I'm going to post it there, okay? And you can read all about it. So it's the Wild Hunt. Excitement, frenzy, and journey. There is for all of us a moment when excitement and nerves fuse, when we prepare to journey and do something we have anticipated for a long time. In the fairy realm, this sensation is created by the adventure known as the Wild Hunt. This is a gathering which takes place not only within the realm of fairy, it is one where the fairy king and queen lead fairy hounds and fairy horses on a hunt throughout the countryside, dipping into and out of the fairylands, surfacing in the human world from time to time, cleansing toxic energy, allowing natural forces to begin to flow through the cleared energy paths, awakening the wild world to brightest life once again, and leaving a trail of ecstasy and bliss after the frenzied storm of their ride. The Wild Hunt is fierce, powerful, and a little frightening, and thoroughly thrilling. And this fairy queen is preparing herself for the joys and challenges of this great event. So, too, you need to prepare yourself for some chaos. A wild time, when change tears through and upends all the order you have attached yourself to. You may need to pack, travel, find ways to move quickly, stop planning and organizing for a moment, and just go on an immensely enjoyable ride of your life. The time coming for you is delirious in its excitement, and you fear this loss of control and order, right? But truly, it will refresh you, just as it sears the very edges of your nerves. Dress up, show up, and prepare to be amazed. Take a deep breath, find your voice, and begin to cry out at the top of your lungs. You are alive, my friend, and will feel so much more than ever before when the Wild Hunt touches your life. Right? So it's kind of exciting. It's coming. It's coming. But so here's what's kind of coming through for you guys. This actually did not come through on Saturday, which is interesting. Must be whoever's tuning in. This particular card, this Wild Hunt, is not going to resonate with all of you, I don't think. It's like kind of a split. Um, well, using that word again, but it is kind of a split. This is going to resonate for some of you, but I think the Merkaba card is going to resonate with those of you who this didn't resonate with. If it resonates with you and both of them do, that's, I mean, obviously that's cool. But I was just, as I was reading that, it was feeling like this is not everybody today. This is not everybody. And here's why. Some of you guys are getting ready to kind of take an esoteric dive, um, rabbit holing, so to speak. Now, esoteric diving and rabbit holing is not necessarily what I'm particularly up to these days, but it's coming through for a lot of you guys. And the Merkaba itself is going to become very important for you as you start to travel through the astral realms with more consciousness to retrieve information and bring it back. So if that's resonating with you, let me know. I'm curious. I have a few thoughts of who these people are, just the ones I know in mind, but I'm going to read the Merkaba card. Now, if you've never heard of Merkaba, think of, well, this card is going to explain it, but think of this as kind of like your energetic vehicle for your etheric body, for your energetic body. Okay. There are times when the soul becomes ambitious and wishes to live its entire light in conscious oneness with all expressions of its being, including the physical body. It may wish to do so simply because it is the nature of all beings to eventually realize themselves as divine, or because it needs specific new skills to be available to the human expression in the physical body so it can continue with its divine purpose. I'm going to pause here. Do you kind of see where this is going? Using your Merkaba as a vehicle to retrieve new information that we can then use for healing physical body, for creating new systems and structures that will be more sustainable, for healing the earth itself, for healing not only physical but emotional and energetic ailments, all of these different things. We are in a place now where we can access much more information. So if you're feeling called to that, really like pay attention to your calling and where it's going. This doesn't have to be crazy complicated at all. In fact, a lot of you are receiving all this information as you like fall asleep at night anyway. So it's more about trusting yourself and trusting the nudges that you're being nudged towards, like what's resonating with you, like what are you supposed to do next, right? What feels good. So stay tuned. I'm going to explain exactly what the Merkaba is. Those skills that we're talking about might be channeling divine energy or consciousness for healing, traveling easily between the worlds for conscious spirit communication, gaining greater artistic or creative ability because it feels wonderful to create, or any number of other purposes. This oracle brings you guidance that a special spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul reach you more fully. It will be an advanced practice and it will serve you well at this time in your journey to reach the higher levels of capacity and spiritual responsibility that are available to you as a high initiate. The Merkaba is a vehicle of great strength and power. It is an energetic structure of sacred geometry that strengthens and protects you, allowing for your consciousness to travel instantaneously and freely between dimensions and realities without compromising your vibration or damaging your energy bodies. Now, we did talk about this on Saturday a little bit, so I'm just going to break it down like, as simply as I can. We all have Merkabas. You don't have to go grab one. You have them. And you are using your Merkaba when you are in dream state and you are traveling through dimensions. And just like everyone's always manifesting, you're always doing some sort of astral stuff when you're sleeping. Now, the difference is consciousness and intention, right? So being able to understand that you do have this Merkaba, you do have access to this amazing and not complicated, but advanced geometric structure that protects your energetic body as you move between dimensions. Understanding that will give you more understanding as you move through it. So you have this ability, you're already using it. Now you can level up in it as you understand that you have it. Does that make sense? And a lot of you guys are very specifically bringing in different healing modalities right now. And this is a just like a thumbs up to you and like a nudge. Like, don't second guess yourself, because this is absolutely the time when new healing modalities are going to come through, and they don't have to be like they were before. Now, I know everybody probably is familiar with Reiki, Usui Reiki. And I just want to point out to you guys that we speak about Reiki as if it's always been there, as if Reiki is like 700 years old. It is not. It is a channeled energetic practice that, if I'm not wrong, is under 200 years old. Not maybe not even. Actually, not. I think it's under 100 years old at this point. So go look at that. Look at the origin story, and then remember, you might be an origin story too. Why the hell not? This would be the time for it. So just remember that we have reverence for what came before, but we stay open to what's coming now. And if it feels like you, it's you, right? You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to channel in new information. So trust what's coming through, because boy, is it coming through right now. Okay. Oops. I just did a thing. Okay. Did I miss? Yes. I mean, I'm not sure what your question is exactly, Cassie. Do you want to rephrase that a little bit? Okay, so that's the Merkaba. There are also the big thing about this, if you're feeling that call to kind of extend yourself into healing practices, to channel in new healing practices, all of those things. Here's the part that is really, really, really important. Staying in your heart center. This is not about your ego. This is not about being like, I'm the only one to channel this through. You have to use these new energies responsibly and from your heart center. So always tap in here. Does it feel good in your body? What's your intention? What is your intention with anything that you are doing now? Because you are creating all the time. And if your intention is good, coming from here, coming from heart center, then you'll be able to align yourself exactly where you need to be, and you'll be good. Anything you create from that heart space is going to be beautiful. But if you are in head space and you're thinking about how you want to be in control of something, or how you want to fix people, if you ever have that thought come in your head, I want to fix people, just that's your cue. Take a step back. It's time to go inward and maybe stop working with people for a second and do some work here in your heart space. We don't fix people. We're not here for that. We make ourselves available for support through journeys of healing. This is my opinion, of course, but we make ourselves available for support through journeys of healing. That means we are constantly upgrading our own energy and going inward and tapping in and healing things in our own lives, doing our own work, and offering, offering to those who come seeking. We don't go out and find people to heal. We don't go out and say, you look like you need what I have. Mm-mm. It's more of a create it and have it there. You don't push it on anybody, because when you push healing on anybody, it's the same thing as pushing any unwanted advances on people. It is not in alignment with sovereignty, and it's not ethical. So just remember to always stay in here, because a lot of big stuff is coming through. And when big energy comes through and big healings come through, this is also the time when you have a whole slew of guru mentalities pop up as well. So just watch that. Watch it in yourself, watch it in others, and just stay in that heart space. Nara is saying, from the frequency we hold space so others can do their own healing. Exactly. And so that we can do our own healing. It's really important. The more that you are attuned to your own self, truly, the more you're gonna be able to help people. So you first. Put the oxygen mask on first. So I'm gonna put these cards, like I said, on the inner sanctum. So if you're not already registered on there, it's innersanctum.me. You can create a free account. Right now, I have the new moon and Lionsgate ritual posted on the main feed for everybody to enjoy. So that's usually reserved for BFF tier members, but for this month, you will have access to that. So go do it. If you haven't done your new moon stuff, there's still plenty of time. This energy is really big. Again, if you're just jumping in, the energy for this week is dropping down to a flat line. That doesn't mean nothing's happening. It just means that it's time to integrate everything that just came through. So you're probably going to have a wild time and not, I mean, I think a lot of us are not going to be sleeping great this week, which sucks because I'm very tired, but you know, we do what we do. All right. I know I'm running so, I've been talking so much lately and I don't want to apologize for that, but at the same time, I'm used to only doing 30 minutes, but I wanted to do sensory card pulls if you guys want to. So if you want to stick around, let's do some sensory card pulls. Get a message for today. Am I annoying you with my long-windedness lately? I just can't believe it. It's like I look up and it's like been 45 minutes. That's good. All right. So, got my decks. Today we're going to do crystals. We're going to do crystals. So if you've never done sensory card pulls with me before, I'm going to name 3 different crystals. You pick the crystal that most resonates with you in this now moment, and you tell me in the comments which one you picked. Yes, you can pick 2. Yes, you can pick all 3. That's totally fine, but just go with what feels right for you. And then I will be pulling some cards and we'll get your story, okay? Okay, so crystals. So, the first one is malachite. If you're not familiar with malachite, it is a beautiful true green color, a nice dark green. So malachite is the first one. Amethyst is the second. And carnelian is the third. So we've got, yeah, my brain just glitched. Malachite, amethyst, carnelian. What are you feeling? Malachite, amethyst, or carnelian? Pop it in the comments. Let's go. And I'll start shuffling. Justin's like all of them. I want all of those things. Okay, we've got some amethyst coming. Malachite and amethyst. Farrell picked carnelian. Malachite. All right, malachite. Arlene Arlene's going with the full draw. Carnelian. Denise has got malachite. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, YouTube, I cannot see your comments today because Gina's amethyst and carnelian. All right, if you're just popping on, I'm about to start the sensory card pulls. You are choosing between malachite, which is green, amethyst, or carnelian. If you would like a message for today, pick one of those 3 or all, whichever one you want. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, Jean. I'm going to pick malachite and carnelian. I'm picking malachite and carnelian today. All right, I'm gonna start. I knew you would pick malachite, Megan. Okay. Remind me to tell you a story about malachite. I have a good malachite story. Fun fact, don't ever put malachite in your water because not so fun fact, it's toxic. You don't want to do that. So don't lick it either. Okay. All right, we're pulling for malachite. You guys ready? I chose malachite, didn't I? Okay, so if you chose malachite, this message is for you. You ready? The frog. Dawn, new beginnings. This feels like a story. Okay, so carnelian, here's your story. So the frog, when the frog comes up, here's the deal. You probably need to clear out your closet. For me, that means absolutely fucking literally, I need to clear out my closet. In fact, Claudia helped me clear out my closet a month or so ago, and it has completely changed my life. So, and it's still clean, by the way. Um, the frog comes in because you have some sort of clutter that might be actual physical clutter or emotional clutter. Something is messy and it's making you crazy just having it around, but at the same time, it's kind of overwhelming to think about tackling it. This is your message to clear it out and make some space because obviously something big is coming through. So, what does it mean for you? Where in your life do you have a, feng shui block, right? Where the energy just can't flow. It just can't flow. And don't think that this isn't really, really, really fucking literal because it absolutely can be. Energy is energy, friends, okay? And if you, for example, I'm just going to talk about my closet for a second because I have a problem with that. It's not a problem. It's kind of what I do. When I become busy and emotionally overwhelmed, I become incredibly messy, like absolutely Tasmanian devil. And it spins in a cycle that kind of just goes and goes and goes until I have like a meltdown. And so my closet had gotten, because I've been so busy swirling, creating, and like closet got to the point where like I couldn't find any underwear. And you know how I'm like, oh, I'm not wearing any pants. Back then, it was probably because I couldn't find any, like kind of hoardery in there. And so I'd like kind of walk in, just like, oh, let me grab that, that kind of thing. And every time I would walk in there, it would make me feel some kind of way, and not a good some kind of way. And it was not good for me. And it was bringing me down. And it would like literally like just knowing it was there, ugh, right? So I was having a meltdown about it. And finally, like I said, Claudia came. Wait, hold on. I have to start pause. Someone's asking me if I would like to repent and accept Jesus into my life. I'm good. Jesus is in my life. Okay. So the she came and she helped me and cleared my closet and just completely like everything shifted for me because now every time I walk in there, I feel like, ooh, look at me. I'm doing this. I have so many pairs of underwear now. It's unbelievable. I can wear pants if I feel like it. It's made everything so much smoother for me. This is Malachite's message. So if you pulled Malachite, this is asking you to find out what in your life is my closet, right? What's Sarah's closet for you? And clear that out. Even if it feels overwhelming, get a friend to help, even a friend to like stand next to you while you do it. Figure out a way to hack yourself into clearing this out. And if it's emotional stuff, come on, let's do it. Because your second card is a new beginning and it wants to happen. And it's kind of happening right now. And it's going to feel much better for you to start fresh with a clear closet. So that is your Malachite message. If you're doing numbers, 14. Your choices are Malachite, amethyst, or carnelian. And this was Malachite. Okay, so that's that. Put that there. Put that there. Now, next up is, why is my brain doing this today? Goodness gracious. Amethyst. Next up is amethyst. I clearly need more coffee. All right, let's do this. So now I'm shuffling for sensory card pulls. If you missed the first one, that's all right. The next one we have is going to be for amethyst, and the last one is going to be for carnelian. So if you're feeling amethyst today, You can drop a comment and say, or if you're feeling carnelian. Also, you'll be able to watch this full transmission on innersanctum.me. You can register for a free account and find everything on the Coffee and Magic page. So you can always go back and find it. Right. Amethyst. Go away. Tell this person to leave. CDI case, get off my feed. Off you go. Someone turn a broom upside down. All right. Amethyst, amethyst. Oh yeah. I can't wait to hear how you like it, Arlene. Huh. This is interesting. I feel like this came through the other day. All right. If you picked amethyst, this is your card pull. You have the Bard, and you have the Fog. What's your story? I'll tell you. So the Bard is number 7, in case you are doing numbers. The Bard is all about telling your story. So if you chose amethyst, there's a few possibilities here for you. For some of you, this is actually going to be big, big, big lineage stuff coming through for you guys. Tell your story. Tell your story. Every time I say that, I really, really, really mean it. Telling your story is the most important thing that you could ever do in your life, because nobody else has your story and nobody else ever has. But we all have little facets of each other's stories in our own place, in our own things, in our own consciousness. And these similarities keep us together. These similarities keep us together, keep us connected, and make us remember that we are so much more alike than we are different. Tell your stories. Even if it's scary, telling your stories will open you up to all of the energies that need to connect with you, and will create for yourself a massive healing that will also help others as they are moving through their own healing. So tell your story, tell your story, tell your story. The fog is coming in as a reminder, because here's the thing. When we get up to tell our story, our throat chakras, most of our throat chakras are blocked as hell, right? Because we have spent centuries, especially as women, being punished for using them, or being told that whatever needs to be said is not important. In this lifetime, many of us who were persecuted for using our throat chakras were born into families who could not hear us either, who told us that the things we said were not important or stupid or silly or foolish, right? And there's a reason for that. It's kind of the growth spiral coming back around. So it's like a reverberation, a reverberation. And you have come to a space where you are ready to bust out. And as you do, because remember, the present moment is where we do all healing. We heal the past and the future in the present moment. This is where all of your energy currently is. Okay. So as you speak, as you open up, as you do this, you will create healing for yourself, for your lineage, and clear the path for the future. So the fog is here just because it can be difficult to see with clarity how amazing and big you truly are. Tell your story. That's your amethyst message. Just give me 1 second here. I'm about to block some Jesus people here because they're really bothering me. Let's see. Blocking, confirm. Okay, so that's there. You're out of here too. If you get on my feed and start telling me I'm going to hell, I'm going to burn in hell and all that stuff, that's just really putting a bad energy on here, and I don't want it. So get out. You'll be blocked immediately. Okay. So good. So that is your amethyst story. And last but not least, we have carnelian. Um, I feel like everybody is picking carnelian as well. Looking, confirm. All right. So last but not least, if you chose carnelian, we're shuffling. Will you remind me, like, how many people chose carnelian? I feel like I chose malachite and carnelian, but I also think that that amethyst is resonating for me too. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, friends. Carnelian, carnelian. Don's like, I'm adding it. All right, let's see what carnelian is. This will be the last one. Yep, the big three. You got it, Arlene. Oh boy, this is already going to be interesting. Okay, so yeah, basically, if you're tuning in, well, I think you have cake on the mind. Basically, if you're tuning in and you didn't get to pick any, I think carnelian will be the message for you anyway. Everyone needs carnelian, even if you don't believe you do. Oof. All right. All right, you ready for this one? Let me just take a sip of my coffee. Let's do it. So, forgiveness, the meadow, vulnerability. Yay, we all love being vulnerable, right? Okay, so here's your story. Here's your story. And here's something that you need to know about this. What are we talking about? Okay. Um, Today is a new day. It's early in the morning. You may not have had many interactions with other people yet. Just stop for a second and back it up. Today is a new day. You get to choose how you create the rest of this day based on the choices you make when you interact with other people. So just move slow and don't worry about what you did yesterday. Don't worry about what you did the day before. Don't worry about last year. Don't worry about next Tuesday. Don't worry about anything that's not this present fucking moment. Please choose to be vulnerable in your interactions today. And here is why. Vulnerability means without armor encasing your actual truth. We put up armor because we believe that people inherently will hurt us if they see us. That when we speak something honest about ourselves, our experience, our lives, anything, we will somehow be attacked for that. And so we have to protect it. How many times have you heard someone say, or have to protect my fragile heart? My fragile heart. I've had my heart broken so many times. I need to protect it. Most counterintuitive thing you could possibly do. What if your heart is the most powerful and resilient part of you? Spoiler alert, it is, obviously. We're all still here. How many times has your heart been quote unquote broken? Your heart doesn't get broken. Your heart never breaks. Your heart expands. It becomes bigger every time it encounters resistance. Okay? So every time you have something that hurts your heart, it's not breaking, it's just opening to get bigger, to have more, to hold more. It's just like when you have a kid, right? And you're like, wow, you know, I didn't know I could love another human being this much. And then you get pregnant with another kid, and you're like, will I be able to love another being as much as I love this being? And what happens? You realize, oh, JK, my heart can hold all these little fuckers. I love all of them so much. Like it just gets more and more and more. It expands, it multiplies. So just slow down today. Just remember that. Choose your interactions from heart space and stop being so protective of yourself. You don't need to be. You need to be honest. When you show up in honesty and integrity, you allow people to interact with you with honesty and integrity. Be in alignment. Show up. Hey, here's a hot tip that maybe I've never said before because I probably didn't think it was a good idea. But if you don't like someone and you don't like their energy and you don't want to be around them, why don't you just say so? Right? It's how you feel. Why don't you just say, your energy's not for me right now? And that's probably a me thing. Send you love, right? Stop protecting yourself from projections and ideas that don't even necessarily exist. All you're doing is closing yourself off from receiving everything that wants to come to you. Bigger and bigger and bigger. Vulnerability is not weakness. Weakness is pretending to be tough when you're not feeling tough. That is toxic. That is toxic. Sometimes we feel fragile. Sometimes we feel strong. We're supposed to move around, right? It's a thing. We're supposed to do that. We don't have to stay one way. You're an amazing person in all of the different ways in which you show up. Okay? It's just a fact. And we can hold space for certain people impeccably. And we can't hold space for other people. Figure out the people right now, today, that you're able to hold space with in a way that feels healthy, loving, and reciprocal. And then find out the people you just can't right now. And instead of just being like, blah, with, hey, right now I'm not in a place to hold space for you, but I love you. And that's it. Things move. We have to be able to move with them. And the forgiveness card is really here too, to allow you to forgive yourself for this. Because it's so rude, right? To decide like my energy's changed, or I don't want to be in this space anymore, or it's time for my marriage to end. Like, it feels super rude to just kind of wake up one day and be like, I need to change everything. Can you forgive yourself for that? Can you forgive yourself for wanting? Can you forgive yourself for desiring? Can you forgive yourself for responding to what's inside of you? Right? Can you? So do that. Do that. Just slow down today. Be intentional with all of your interactions today. Build upon those interactions today, because this week is going to be really, really big deal. So feel into that for yourself, whatever it means. This was the carnelian card, but it's for everybody. So yeah, it's for everybody. It's number 49 if you're counting numbers. What a week we're gonna have. So somebody is asking me what kind of shampoo I'm using, and I'm actually going to answer that question. It's by Air, AIIR, and it's infused with crystals. And my amazing hairdresser told me to use it, and I'm now obsessed with it. Yeah, I know, right? I haven't washed my hair in like 3 days, and it still looks okay. Also, filters. Anyway, you guys, those are your sensory card pulls for today. Don't forget to sign in to innersanctum.me and create your free account. If you are an Android user, after you create your free account, you can go and download the app in the Google Store. You will not be able to register on the app directly, so please go to innersanctum.me to get your free registration. and then you'll be able to download it with the Google Store. But Apple is coming. That's what she said. We're crossing our fingers that that happens in the next couple days. Apple's taking their time, but pretty soon the app will be live for everybody. And reminder, on the main feed on innersanctum.me, you can access the new moon call and you can participate in that. I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Monday. Um, I think that's all I need to tell you. Get on the app, get on the site, come play with me. It's AIR, AIIR. Okay? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you lots. All right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, Instagram. And I'm out of here, YouTube. I'm sorry I can't see you. Ending.